One of the foremost researchers in the world on the effects of meditation, specifically transcendental meditation on the brain, is Dr. Fred Travis, who heads up the Center for Brain Consciousness and Cognition. And I'd like to ask Fred to come and speak for just a few minutes so you can see exactly what's happening in the brain when a person meditates. And then after that, we're going to present Resilient Warrior Awards, and then I'm going to have a chat with David Lynch, and then that will be our evening. So please welcome Dr. Fred Travis.
Thank you. First slide, please. So I'm going to be talking about brain functioning, traumatic experiences, and transcendental meditation practice. How this works is the brain's the interface between inner and outer. And what happens is every experience we have changes the brain. Your brain's a river and not a rock. As a river cuts a channel in a hill as it flows down, so every experience you have, the experiences you're having tonight, are leaving a mark in your brain functioning. If the experiences are growth-promoting, holistic, and then they're positive. If they're traumatic, and then they're dysfunctional. What PTSD is a result of a traumatic experience in the brain. What we see here is the amygdala. Oh, excuse me. Oh my goodness, here we go. So this is the amygdala. What's interesting, in men, the right amygdala is more active with PTSD, which has to do with context. With women, it's the left amygdala, which has to do with details. And what the amygdala is the source of the PTSD symptoms. It's your fear center. It's constantly on, and so you're hypervigilant. You know something bad is about to happen. You can't trust your friends. You can't trust your family. You can't trust yourself, because this is what your brain is telling you. The amygdala also turns on the fight or flight response, as Dr. Rosenthal mentioned. What this does, it turns off your frontal integrative circuits, which allow you to think. At the same time, it turns off memory, so you begin to have memory problems. So trauma experiences have created the brain structure for PTSD. So to get rid of PTSD, to turn off the amygdala, you need an experience which is the opposite of trauma. So rather than chaos, you need silence. Rather than fragmentation, you need wholeness. Rather than uncertainty, you need complete certainty of who you are and where you're going. Meditation experiences give inner experiences, but all meditations are not the same. So we need to thoughtfully choose which meditation. We have here 3 categories of meditations. It's been determined by procedures, by brain functioning, by cognitive control. The first 2, focused attention, open monitoring, keep your mind involved in thinking and doing. You're actually involved in that same process of PTSD. You're involved in that same hypervigilance. You're involved in that same wonderment. The third category, automatic self-transcending, includes meditations which transcend the steps of thinking. It allows the mind to go to your inner essence, feel the pure consciousness. Now, this is what's happening in your brain during transcendental meditation, which is in this category of automatic self-transcending. Here we have increased activity in the front of the brain. This is magnetic resonance imaging. The front of the brain, which is the boss of the brain, it puts things together, it integrates things, begins to function, while the subcortical areas, which are in charge of hypervigilance, become more quiet. So what is happening is transcending during TM is resetting the brain. And then what happens is the brain is no longer giving you those signals that things are bad, that things are wrong. This experience of transcending helps to lead to silence. It takes you beyond thinking. And transcending thinking allows you to transcend PTSD. Bottom line, trauma turns on the fear centers. Excuse me. This is different than the one I usually use. Trauma turns on the fear centers. It turns off the thinking centers. Transcending leads to restful alertness. It restores balanced functioning of mind and body. It allows PTSD symptoms to disappear. It allows you to be happy and successful in life. Thank you for your attention.